Good morning. I'm gonna make some sausage today. So, of course, I went to get my little jar of sausage blend. And look, I only have like a tablespoon and a half. So first thing is, I might as well make a little video on that. So I'm gonna go by the recipe that I've written for you guys, or for me, for when I forget. So I have, it's divided in for one little batch and for 2 cups of it. So I'm making 2 cups this time. We have 1/4 cup of paprika, 1/4 cup of garlic, 1/4 cup of onion. This is onion powder. This is what I had. We have 1/2 cup of salt. We have 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of pepper. That's all I had in there, so I'm using it. 2.5 teaspoons of fennel. Boop. Sage, 1.5 teaspoons of sage. 2 teaspoons of cumin. Make sure that's what that is. Yep, keep me on track here. 1.25 teaspoons of coriander, and 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of cayenne. That's going in. Then we have parsley. It's supposed to be 2 to 3 tablespoons, but I only had 1.5, so that's all it gets this time. And we're not super picky on it. Then with that, it is parsley and thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. And I like to kind of make that, I usually like to rub it in between my fingers, but those 2. We've got chili powder, 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon. Chili powder, 1/8 of a cup. This is 1/4 of a cup, so half of that is 1/8 of a cup of basil. And 2.5 teaspoons, haha, good thing I caught that, teaspoons of brown sugar. And I put 2.5 tablespoons. So this is 1/2 of a tablespoon. 2.5 teaspoons is like almost a tablespoon. So I'm gonna do, actually, I'm just gonna get the right thing out. 2.5 teaspoons. Just to make it easier. 1, 2, and 1/2 teaspoons of brown sugar. And that is the recipe for what goes into this pork butt when I make sausage. Also, when you actually mix it together, this is for my batch of dry that I keep in the cupboard. And then when I mix it, you mix in 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar when you're making the sausage. So, okay. I just mix it together and pour it in there. Actually, there's some lumps in here, so I'm gonna have to get those out before I pour it into my jar, but I won't keep you guys too long. There it is. That is my sausage blend. Okay, I'm gonna back up here and do another video for the sausage, and maybe make the 2 of these, splice them together for you. If I can find the button. Okay, hey, I'm back. So now we're gonna do the pork butt for sausage, and this is my KitchenAid, and this is how I do it. Attach my parts to it, nice and secure. And I think this lid goes on the top, so I'm not gonna do that yet. But this is the little auger that goes in there, nice and secure. The blade goes in towards the die so that it'll sit flat like that. Okay, so booyah. And then I'm gonna put the big guy, sorry, big guy first. Big guy, got it ground. Okay. Come on. Okay, hand tight on that. And then when you're ready to do the mixing of, well, I'm just gonna do this now. I put it on here like that. And this little guy can stay out. These guys go to the back. Don't let me forget that. Okay, so this, there, sweet Italian. Okay, with the KitchenAid grinder attachment using do-it-yourself sausage seasoning below, which is also on this page. Yeah, there's the sausage mix right there. I need to vamp up this recipe. But what you do is you cut the pieces of meat off, and I'm going to use some of this. Okay, this is a nice pork butt. It's 12 pounds, I think. I don't know what that is. So guess what? I don't want it. It's bone in. It's got the fat on it, so I want a lot of the fat. But I also want some of the fat for the recipe, so I'm going to use the bone, cut the bone off here, which is right there on this end. I need a couple pounds for the dinner. So this is not going to be a big batch of sausage because I usually make the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to put this aside, and then I'm going to start cutting it off the bone. A fillet knife would be much easier, but since I need about 1 inch chunks, I'm going to cut this. I meant what I need is big slices of this, like 1 inch, 2 inch slices. It doesn't have to be chopped up, but it can be. Wow, my knife, I need to sharpen it, I think. Been using it up. You know, pieces like that can fit into this. And then I'll continue to chop that and be back. Okay, I got some of my meat cut up, but I did need to sharpen my knife. I do need to do that, so I'm gonna do that really quick. And I tell if it's sharp by putting it on the back of my finger. It scritches really bad. Like, you always wipe off the blade after you're done with that, because nobody wants shavings in their food. And even though you can't see it, there is little black stuff. So I'm gonna keep this bone. Do not throw these bones away. So it's good for soup, and I'm gonna just trim off a little bit more because I don't need that much on there. Okay. Almost there. This has that T in it. It's called seven bone? I can't remember. Anyway. helped to butcher deer once. Lots of cutting, and your knives have got to be sharp for that. And the moose in Alaska are just like huge to do this. Okay, that looks like about 3 pounds to me. So I'm gonna go by that. And I think I'll put that in stew tonight. That's good. I'm using raw meat. I do not need to wash that because this is going to go out of here and onto that. I thought I might as well cut up the meat for the stew I'm making tonight. I'm going to go with, that feels like a bone, yep. I'm going to go with about 1-inch chunks. So I just maybe 1.5-inch chunks. Nice marbled meat. Might as well just get this all chopped up really quick for later anyway, huh? Feels like some bone chip right there. Do not get your finger. That's so gross. Getting cut when you got meat on the knife blade. Should be doing this on a cutting board because it dulls the blade of the knife to cut on the plate. But I have this and it's out, so I'm just gonna get it done. And then my meat is cut for tonight. I think I might make a little bit of sausage today because Ken loves when I make sausage. So breakfast is not, haven't had any breakfast. 10:15. Probably about time. These dope. I don't want those. I might pick through this and get some of the more gristly pieces out because I'm not going to cook it as long as it takes to pull pork. I'm going to braise this tonight. Okay, good enough. Good enough. I had a baggie, I'd just throw that in there. I'm just going to use this because I'm using this meat tonight. Just a shopping bag. Perfect. Alright. So, this is how we do this. I turn this so that I can get it to come out there. And then I just turn this on. The 2. Get the first grind going on. You hear it? Here it comes. This is a larger grind. And then when you get to the smaller grind, you can go a little faster. And it does splatter, so if you want to use an apron. Sometimes I get a little jam in there. It's not all perfect. Science is what we call it. There we go. Make sure that's not any lower than that. Some meat grinders are better than others, and I think that this particular one, it's a very expensive one because it's all stainless steel. But because the shaft is shorter than the KitchenAid shaft that comes with it, the grinder that comes with the KitchenAid, it doesn't have as long to go. So I think it's a little bit inferior to the KitchenAid one, even though it's stainless, which I love. This is a big chunk. Let's see if that goes. And once it gets going, it kind of sucks the other pieces down into it. Make it a workout, even if it's a grinder that does it all. Not easy putting this stuff in there and pushing it down. I hope that's showing this. This is almost like chili meat, and I like to keep some of this out at times to make chili, but this is going to be sausage this time. And they have all the parts that go with it, like these. These are like the sausage stuffers. I just never have done that. Ew, now you're squirting me. Back up. You don't want to get that stuck in there. Okay, so the reason why I have it in a big pan or a tray like this is because I sprinkle the seasoning on. There we go. That's it. If you want to put ice in there, which I'll show you, put ice in there, you have to get it out later. Or some people run plastic through. I don't do that. Ice will clear it out a little bit, and it adds a little liquid to the stuff, so that's why I like to pick the chips out. Go in. This is where I can use that. I can use that other plunger deal. I'll show you what I'm talking about with it. Okay, so you see this flat piece? This causes a suction in there that I don't like. Okay, now we got it going. So let's clean it out. All right, that's done. Parts of things to clean. Okay, so now, I think the recipe is like tablespoons per pound. Sausage. Through the grinder again this time with the smallest plate. I'll do that. Gently mix the seasoning, but use 2 tablespoons for 2 pounds of pork. Now this is 3, so I'm going to use 3 tablespoons and my wine. So here's 1. Sprinkle it over there, and then I'll feed it through again. 2. Ooh, it smells so good. I put a little bit more in. Shh, don't tell anybody. 3 tablespoons because it's close to 3 pounds, and I'm guessing on that. All right, and the vinegar, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar when mixing, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. So 3 tablespoons of this. You know what? Because I don't wanna lead y'all astray. I'm dripping on the counter. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty close. Half of that would be a 1/4 cup, and it's just shy of that. So, yum. Oh, I can smell it. One clean hand. All right. So now we get to run that through again and clean up. Oh, loss. You gotta do that. Undo it. I can smell that vinegar in there. Yum. So the little bit of liquid doesn't even affect the sausage. It really doesn't. This doesn't feel right. Hope I didn't pull it wound around here. And that can cause it not to work again. There, that feels right. Okay, put this bugger in. Clean off the mess. It's not a clean job. And there's a little notch down here in mine that makes you, then you know you've got it on the right. Okay, that's it. Try again. I tell you what, putting metal on metal and tightening it down, it's kind of yucky. It makes you feel like fingernails on the chalkboard. You just have to do that once. Okay, nice and tight. Because it does loosen up. All right. The less contaminated this meat gets, the better. So that would be a good reason to use gloves. And you don't want to overwork it for sure. Overworking it makes it tough. So that should do. All right, I'm gonna hit it on 4. That's about 4. Oh, it's coming out. I'm gonna catch a little bit, and I'm gonna actually taste this. I'm gonna put it in the microwave for 15 seconds and taste some of it. I usually cover it, but because I'm in a hurry, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have to wash my microwave. Yeah. All right. Enough. Honey, you want to come taste this sausage and see if I need to put some more seasoning in? Frustration here. This sausage here. It's a little bit hot, so I'll run it over there. See if I need to throw some more spices in there.
I think so.
Yeah?
A little bit.
Another tablespoon?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, open this up for me. There. We'll try that. It does have good. Turning it off. Something's not right. This is just like too mushed. Okay. One more taste. A little bit. Seconds. Okay. Moment of truth. Mm. Mm. I think that's perfect. Okay. So, what I do with this, throw it into a baggie, sometimes two. Gonna keep some out for today though. Maybe today and a few patties. Sometimes I cook some more. Anyway. I think I got it, honey. Get all the air out. Smush it flat. So, and then you can taste the pork in that. It's really pretty good. But after I push it nice and flat and get the air out, that's kind of going to be my... All right, so I take a cutting board or something wide enough, and I just divide it in half and press down, then again and press down. And what this does is it gives me a way to break it off, so it's not... I'll do... yeah, so I can break it off. If I put it in the freezer like this, then I can break it. Those are pretty big pieces of patty, but you can get the gist of it. Okay, there we go. Put it in there nice and flat until it freezes. These guys will have to go in later. But that, work out, that is the sausage recipe. So, have a good day. Maybe. There it is. Sausage. Use 2 tablespoons more, depending on what you like. I forgot to add that you're supposed to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the sausage when you mix it up. So I'm just gonna put some in here, 2 tablespoons per pound, or for 2 pounds. So anyway, I made 4 pounds, so that would have been a 1/4 cup in that whole batch. But anyway, this is what it looks like.